It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Gun. Stop. 11 MT. Stop.
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
11 mighty. Stop.
And they'll go again with ETN, running right through it. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And credit the tackle to Percy Butler.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go.
Second and 5 now. Burrow, he'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
11.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 31, Burrow. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. Looking for Woods again, and he finds him. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
And they'll run with ETN. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Travis Etienne Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Jackson on first down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Here's Jackson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And second down. The Bengals at 8-4 now in the year. They were losers their last time out. Try to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Touchdown! But for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill it for a loss.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Cook up the gut, down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Jackson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. The kick by Bass is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A give to Etienne running right. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Here we go, here we go. 11 empty, 11 empty. 12, 11, 11.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Throwing is Jackson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Now ETN to start the drive. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Burrow. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
I know all players are taught from drive to drive, from series to series, let that go, right? Only focus on the now. But when that ball was tipped in the air, there's no way they weren't thinking about the interception that was thrown on the previous drive. Could this turn into a second one? And if it did, that could really change the way this game was going.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's got his man on the crossing route. This is Higgins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Up the middle, it's Cook. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 41, Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. From the gun, Jackson. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. They'll run with Cook. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here we go, here we go.
The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now it's Burrow. And this will be incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Jackson.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And they're going to have a 1st down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
On second down, here's Jackson. Open man downfield, that's Tony. He's at the 30. 10, 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 82 yards. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Second down and goal. Jackson. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Herb Smith Jr. hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Burrow. There's the stiff arm. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
On 2. 11 MT. 11 MT.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. If you're a fan of old-school physical football, that play was for you.
No doubt about it. That play was for anyone who likes football. He did everything properly on that one. Great contact, wrapped it up, unable to jar the ball free. The only disappointment on the play for him.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35.
Here we go, here we go.
Running out of the gun with ETN. And a solid run down inside the 30. 45 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
11-90.
Now Burrow. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. There he goes left side. 20, 10, 5, and nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Kadarius Toney from 3 yards out. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A partner, he has carried them in this ballgame throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there, still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now it's Jackson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Kadarius Toney, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in.
Here we go.
This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 63 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Another tote for ETN. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give, running right, ETN. And he's got some space here. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals 18. 36 yards on the play. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On the counter, ETN. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
3rd and 2. Now Burrow finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys?
Here we go, here we go.
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 Thomas. Stop.
Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 122 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1-1, ready? 11 MT, 11 MT.
They go play action with Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it, and it certainly came to fruition, didn't it? They've been dominant in so many ways in this one. If you weren't paying attention to this group before, you certainly are now after seeing this type of victory from them.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. A final shot now for Burrow. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation.